will share my screen. I hope my screen is visible. Are you all able to see my screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Guruji.
Nana Mataji, I heard you fasted on Ekadashi. How did you feel after fasting on Ekadashi?
Very good, Guruji.
Very
Actually,
good.
I wanted to do from long time, so I took help of Veda and did it.
Yes, and this was a very nice Ekadashi, one of the very prominent,
Okay.
very important Ekadashi. So you took a
Very
very
nice.
nice, right decision.
Thank you, Guruji.
Okay. So yes, let me give a quick recap to all of you. So second chapter we were discussing in the last class, and second chapter is also known as the summary of Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So to understand Bhagavad Gita, there is one way to understand it. Just give me a second. Devotee is calling. 1 second. Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Niladri Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Okay, Hare Krishna. Sorry for the disturbance. Yes. So we were talking about summary, and to understand Bhagavad Gita, one very important thing is that we should have, faith in Krishna. So I'm not talking about blind faith. I'm talking about the faith which comes after hearing Bhagavad Gita from the bona fide source. So let us see. The Bhagavad Gita is second chapter is summarized in a way called Guru. G for Guru, I for identity, T for two dharmas, and A for Ananda. So that is the expansion of the word Gita. So Guru is given importance because until unless we take shelter of Guru, it is very difficult to understand Gita. We might be very, very expert in our different field. Like I am currently working as a production manager in IBM, so I have some skills to manage the people and manage the team. In the same manner, you all are doing something in your field, in your profession, or in your student life, right? You are where at a place because you have certain skills. Right? Now, when we talk about Gita, we have to understand Gita by accepting a guru, by understanding Guru, and by understanding the scriptures. And then we will be able to understand our real identity. And then we will talk about what are the two dharmas, and we will see out of these two dharmas, which are the dharma we are following. And then we will talk about higher taste. Higher taste is so nice that if somebody takes up the higher taste, then all the lower tastes are already gone. Now, you know that many people are having troubles there are a lot of people who are having a lot of addiction. Can you name some of the addiction which people are suffering from and because of which their entire family is also suffering? Their
Prabhuji,
Yeah.
voice is breaking, Prabhu.
Okay.
Hare
Is it with
Krishna,
all
Prabhuji.
or is it with only Dhanlakshmi Mataji? Naina Mataji, are you able to hear me clearly? Alka?
Yeah, very clearly, Guruji.
Dhanlakshmi Mataji, I think you have some network issue. Just try to, shift your location, maybe check your network.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, yes. So I was talking about, higher taste. So my question was, have you ever seen anybody addicted with something because of which the person is suffering and because of which their entire family is also suffering?
Yes, Guruji. Mainly it is
Yes,
smoking, drinking, or
Yes,
gambling.
smoking, drinking, gambling. And
And
Alka bhi kuch bol
sometimes
rahi thi, I think.
character also.
same,
Yes,
sir.
same thing. Yes. So हम लोगों ने देखा है कि it is very difficult to give up something, right? When we talk about addiction is not only limited to gambling, smoking, drinking, but there are various other addiction, like people are addicted, for watching different reels on mobile, browsing mobile for many lengthy hours. So there is a term called digital detoxification, which people follow in the Western world, wherein they just keep their mobile, tablets, everything very far from them and they don't use it, because that's also an addiction. And addiction is very bad, and we are not able to give up that addiction, right? If you take snatch the mobile from the hand of a child, the child becomes very upset. So there are people who are addicted with all those things, and those things are lower taste because those are harmful. Anything which is harmful can be considered as a lower taste. Like watching mobile for longer time, it's a lower taste, right? Drinking alcohol, your entire family is in trouble, but the person is continuously drinking non-stop. Even the person is on the verge of death, but still drinking. That's bad. And smoking, we have heard, some of the celebrities also, they say we can give up anything, but smoking is something which we are not able to give up. They don't, they are like bound. They don't want to continue, but they are forced to continue because they're in the lower taste. But when we talk about higher taste, automatically when the higher taste comes, the lower taste will go away. So there are many remedies people try to detoxify, to sending people to the rehabilitation center and etc. But they are not very successful. But anybody and everybody who joins Hare Krishna movement, or who joins chanting Hare Krishna, or somebody who starts chanting Hare Krishna, then they get the higher test and they can easily give up, all the bad things, and which is already seen in many people. If you see the devotees in ISKCON, they don't even take tea, coffee, onion, garlic. Then what to talk about all other things? So their life is so easy and peaceful. Why? They are not getting any medicine, but they are getting the medicine of chanting. They are getting the medicine of wonderful prasad. Like today we had a wonderful prasadam in the temple. We had pasta, we had you know uh, rice and rasam. We had ghee rice. We had some paneer sabzi. I think Dhanlakshmi Mataji, you missed out today. So I don't want to narrate more on the prasadam, but yes, it
Yes,
was a
Prabhu.
very, very nice prasadam today. So when we get all these things, now such a nice prasadam, such nice kirtan, our ears are engaged, devotees are playing mridanga, kartal, they're singing Gopi Geet. And when we see the deities, beautiful deities of Radha and Krishna, oh my God. So today we had the opportunity to go to ISKCON Hosur, and we saw this wonderful darshan of Shri Shri Radha Bankaraya ji and Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra. I have posted in the channel. If you get a time, you can go through that. Such beautiful deities, then eyes don't want to see anything else. And when we get such wonderful prasadam, like today in the temple in Hosur, we got very nice kheer which is made up of the milk from the temple cows only, the desi cows. So the kheer was so tasty. I normally don't take sweet, but that sweet I cannot avoid. So whenever we are getting nice prasadam, when we are getting nice kirtan to hear, when we are getting the opportunity to sing, when we are getting the opportunity to speak on Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, when we are getting the opportunity to go to wonderful yatras, like recently we went to Vrindavan. So our senses are getting so much of higher taste, then nobody will be interested in, going and smoking or drinking or, eating non-vegetarian food or gambling. They are not interested at all. So that is what is higher taste. I will dwell more about this as we progress. So I was just giving the recap, and sorry, I just got carried away with the topic. So yes, when we talk about Guru, so you see here, Arjuna has accepted Krishna as Guru in Bhagavad Gita 2.7. You all should memorize this shloka. ये श्लोक हमको याद कर लेना चाहिए. The shloka is कार्पण्य दोषो उपहता स्वभाव पृच्छामि त्वाम धर्म सम्मूढ़ चेता यश्यास्यान् निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्ते हम शादि माम त्वं प्रपन्नम. So this is something which we should by heart, by meaning. Okay. So Arjuna accepts Krishna as Guru in this shloka. And then we talked about surrender. Surrender is not a bad thing. Like we see people in this today's world, they say, I am surrendered means I am defeated. But surrender means you are going to win everything. Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita 18th chapter, in conclusion, he says, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshashriyami ma sucha. So when we talk about bhakti, in bhakti, if we surrender, we gain a lot of things. Because when we surrender, so Krishna is saying, if you are worshipping me, if you are serving me, then it is my duty to serve you. And that is what Krishna does. If any devotee, anybody, somebody who is walking on the street also, if they say, oh, my dear Krishna, I love you and I want to do my, everything for you, Krishna, please guide me. When they pray like this, immediately Krishna enters into their life and Krishna can make everything possible. The word impossible doesn't exist for Krishna. Krishna can do anything. Krishna can open 10 temples in Pakistan. We have 10 temples, more than 10 temples of ISKCON in Pakistan also. Krishna can have Jagannath Rath Yatra in New York City, where this big gathering was never allowed. But we have Jagannath Rath Yatra going in New York City also. Krishna can do anything and everything, for the devotee. All we have to do is we have to become nice devotee. We have to take shelter of Krishna. Just request Krishna, pray to Krishna that I want to learn more about you. There are so many lives I have lived, but this life I want to just know about you. And you see how Krishna enters in your life. He comes in your dream, he comes in your life, he sends devotees in your life. You will be amazed. And then later on you'll think, I never thought Krishna was so close to me and listening to me all the time. But many people do not know this. But this thing devotee knows, and that is why they are able to surrender. They say, my dear Lord, I am yours. Now you guide me. Why? Because I want to learn. And this happens when we are having a humble attitude. Krishna never likes arrogant, like anybody who is very, very knowledgeable. This is, if they go to the temple and they say, I know everything, give me Gita, I will read and tell you in 45 minutes. They will read, but they will never understand the confidential knowledge which is there in Bhagavad Gita, the connection of Krishna and his devotees. He will never come to know, and that is possible when we are humble. Why we need to be humble? It is a very nice, attitude. Every parent will like if their children is humble. Suppose the children are fighting amongst each other, then we will not like it, right? But when the children are talking to each other very, very comfortably, humbly, the elder one is helping the younger one, and the younger one is respecting the elder one, then the father is automatically very happy, right? That is what Krishna wants. He says, be humble. Why be humble? Because everything I am giving it to you, Krishna says, right? Everything. We can do nothing without his will and wish. So Krishna says, remain humble and acknowledge the weakness. What weakness? Weakness acknowledging is not a bad thing. Like last time I gave the example, if somebody is not doing good in mathematics and they say, my dear father, I need help in mathematics. So the father will say, okay, fine, I will find a nice tuition for you and I will send you for the tuition. So you can aram se learn there. So that's so acknowledging weakness in front of the Parampita is not at all bad thing. And then desiring a bona fide teacher. This is very, very important. So like I am taking Bhagavad Gita class to you, so I can be one of the Siksha Guru, but you have to look for a bona fide Guru. Like my Guru is His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj. So he is the Diksha Guru. And when Diksha Guru accepts one, like I have taken Diksha from my Guru Maharaj, so Guru will take, entire, the karmas of his previous life and then bless him with all the, auspiciousness. And that is why you see the devotees who have accepted Guru, they are able to do bigger tasks because they are not doing from their energy. They have their Guru seated right next to them. And Guru is as good as Krishna because Guru has given his entire life to Krishna, right? So let's move on quickly. There are certain preconditions. This we have discussed already. Now, this is the main thing, most important thing. Who am I? We always think that, I am this body, but that's the biggest misconception. I'm not saying that you don't take care of your body. Take good care of your body because we need to know more about you and who you are. It is explained in Bhagavad Gita. Many people suffer from this identity crisis, right? They may think, oh, I'm this body, I'm this body, I'm this body. And this is a misplaced and mistaken identity, unreal understanding of the self. Why? Let me show it to you. You see this picture here? This old man, he was a small boy here. Then he became a young man. See, his priorities changed over his age, as per his age time, but he is the same person, right? And in the end, when the person dies and he takes birth in a different body, so the soul is the same. It is just that the body which will be changed, this body changed, this body changed, this changed, and this also will change, right? And this is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Another one very important shloka, you must memorize this as well. Dehino asmin yatha dehe komaram yoganam jara tatha dehantara praptir Dheras tatra muhyati. So very clearly it is explained that how the soul transmigrates. And then we talked about this composition of self, myself. So we have different things in our body, right? I might see myself in the mirror and हमें लगेगा कि मैं तो बस ये हूँ जो मुझे शीशे में दिख रहा है. काला हूँ कि गोरा हूँ, मोटा हूँ कि पतला हूँ, लंबा हूँ कि छोटा हूँ, right? But that's not our real self. So what is there in our body? We have something called gross body, which gets separated from us when we die. Gross body is made up of 5 elements: earth, water, air, fire, and ether. So this gets separated. This doesn't get carried away. The person we are seeing in front of our eyes, that person will no longer exist after we leave the body. That person will, because we are seeing this gross body. Now let us see what is there inside this. We have a subtle body which is separated at liberation, which means to say that this subtle body, subtle means which is not visible, very, very, it's like not existing kind, which we cannot see from our eyes. So this subtle body is consisted of three things. One is called mind, second one is called false ego, and third one is called intelligence. So our intelligence, our mind, our ego, our ahamkara, this goes with us in the next body. So just imagine we become an animal. Suppose we become a bull or we become a cow. So that time our mind is still with us, right? Our intelligence is also with us. And then the third thing is called the soul. So this is we, the soul, right? This is actually we, which we have got the covering of subtle body. We have got the covering of the gross body. That is why we don't realize, and that is what is called mistaken identity. See here, identity crisis, because we are not able to see what is there inside, and we are not able to prioritize, right? So there are different needs. The gross body needs something else. Like what do we need? We need food to eat. We need oxygen to breathe. We need water to drink. So these are the requirement of the gross body. Now there are certain requirements of the soul also. We will see in the coming slide. So I think till here we discussed in the last class. Now let me quickly proceed with this portion. And I think we can only cover second chapter today. We will be starting third chapter Karma Yoga in the next class only. But I will give a pause here, small pause probably for all of you to ask any question till now if you have, and then we will continue with the nature of the soul. Anybody has any questions? Okay, no problem. So taking silence is no questions. Let's proceed. So soul is indestructible. That's a very nice thing, right? Which means we can never die, right? We are scared something will happen to us. But if you know we are the spirit soul, then the soul is indestructible. And this is very nicely coming up in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 2, shloka number 23. Remember all these shlokas which I'm saying, you will have to take time and memorize. I think we are covering 5, 6, 7 shlokas in a class. So you try like every day one shloka, and if you want you can also let me know, so that you are reporting that okay, you have learned this shloka. So that will also be very nice. You can also mention in our group saying that I have learned this shloka today. So that will be a motivation for others also. Let's read this shloka. Nayanam chittanti shastrani nayanam dahati pavaka na chainam klediyantyapo na shoshyati marutaha. Wow, very nice. The soul can never be cut to pieces by any weapon, nor burned by fire, nor moistened by the water, nor withered by the wind. So that's the nature of the soul, right? That is why the soul never dies. You can never cut the soul into pieces. You can never burn the soul. When we burn the body, only the body is burned. The soul is not burned. Let us proceed with the next slide. So these are the certain characteristics of the soul, and we do have references, and that is what makes the ISKCON Bhagavad Gita classes very, very special, because we provide the references from Gita. So characteristics of the soul: number one, eternally and individual, 2.12. Soul is unborn, ajanma, which is 2.21. Soul is indestructible and eternal, 2.18. Soul is immeasurable, 2.18. Cannot be cut, burnt, dried, or wet, 2.23. Soul is invisible and inconceivable, 2.25. Influence of the soul pervades entire body. This is mentioned in the Mandaka Upanishad. Analogy: like sun pervades entire universe and maintains, similarly light of the soul maintains the material body. So as well as the soul enters the body, our body is very active. But when the soul leaves the body, then the body is of no use, right? It starts decomposing. So the conclusion is the spirit soul is eternal, it is indestructible, while the material nature is temporary. Because of this, one should not be bewildered by the inevitable destruction of the material body. Rather, one should remain fixed in the prescribed duties, which purify and allow one to realize eternal self. So I will give an overview of here. Prior to that, I just explain about this reincarnation. I think when we started the topic, we started with the term reincarnation. I think the first couple of classes, and I think you all, none of you were there in those classes. So reincarnation, right? In the movies also we have seen. Can you name some of the movies which are which have this reincarnation thing mentioned? ऐसी कोई movies जिसमें जिसमें आपको
Yeah,
पुनर्जन्म? Yes,
I think
Mataji.
there is one movie of Rishi Kapoor, which is
हाँ,
there in Kannada also.
नाइस माताजी,
Ravichandran.
आपको हिंदी का भी मालूम है? ऋषि
हाँ हाँ
कपूर का?
बहुत देखती है हाँ
अच्छा अच्छा। ऋषि कपूर का मूवी का नाम, हाँ आई नो, उसका मुझे नाम याद नहीं आ रहा है। देयर वाज अ मूवी।
for me also it is I am unable to recall
हाँ हाँ,
Curse or something.
करेक्ट करेक्ट। I remember the song and something, but I don't not able to recall the movie.
Yeah,
But yes, okay. Anyone else? Any other movies? पुनर्जन्म के ऊपर? करण अर्जुन, किसने किसने देखा है?
yeah, I have watched it. And I
Yes.
don't know if this 100 Days is also about reincarnation.
Yes. Okay, so all these movies are made, which means it is a fact, right? People know that reincarnation. So the reincarnation, when we say, which means the same person comes in the different body, correct? And that is where people do not understand. They say, "Arey, I don't know if we take the new birth or not." But there are people who are making movies on reincarnation, people who are watching movies, and there are so many case studies. There are so many case studies which talk about reincarnation. बहुत सारे ऐसे केस स्टडीज हैं जिसमें reincarnation टॉपिक को डिस्कस किया गया है. तो this fact is there, reincarnation. So reincarnation means change of body. The body is changing, correct? So that is what is reincarnation, and that is what is explained in Bhagavad Gita. I will again share my screen. So you see here the shloka 2.27, Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityu dhruvam janma mritasya cha tasmad apariharye arthe na tvam sochito arhasi. One who has taken his birth is sure to die, and after death one is sure to take birth again. Therefore, in the unavoidable discharge of your duty, you should not lament. See, भगवान कह रहे हैं कि हमको कभी भी lament नहीं करना चाहिए. We should never ever lament. Because when we start lamenting, there is no end to it, right? Somebody can lament, oh, I don't have money, मेरे पास पैसा नहीं है. Somebody can lament, oh, I don't have a very strong body, I'm very weak, correct? Somebody can lament, I'm not very fair, I'm very dark. And somebody can say, oh, I am not very tall, I'm very short, correct? Some people can say, I don't have a very long hairs, right? So there are different things people can lament, but Krishna is saying you should not lament, right? Why Krishna is saying you should not lament? Can you try to give this answer? And I'm stopping deliberately so that we learn from this. भगवान कह रहे हैं भगवत गीता में कि हमको कभी भी किसी चीज के लिए लेमेंट नहीं करना चाहिए. तो क्यों नहीं करना चाहिए?
Because that will become materialistic then.
Okay, yes, Naina Mataji, you're right. It will become materialistic. Anyone else? Then Lakshmi Mataji, why we should not lament?
That is not permanent, no, Babuji. Like,
That's the point. It is not permanent, right? What is the point lamenting when the body itself is not permanent? Now, that's the nice point, because one, Naina Mataji said it will become material, and then Lakshmi Mataji improvised on that. She said it is not permanent, right? So both of you are right. It is material. So if it is not permanent, then why should we worry about it so much? Correct. So if somebody gives you 1 crore rupees, okay, so we feel very happy. Oh, it's nice, I got 1 crore. But he tells you, I'm giving it to you, but I will take you after 10 seconds. Right? So is there a point to become very happy about it? Right? You get 10 crores, but after 10 seconds it is again taken back from you. So the life which we are leading, we take around 84 lakhs birth, 84 lakh species, different birth, time and again we are taking birth time. And in the human body, We take birth, we go to school, we go to college, we go to office, we become successful, we put a lot of efforts, and we make a house, we get married, we have children, we become old, we have responsibilities as a parent, we have responsibility as a grandparent, then we die. And when we take birth, what happens? Again we go to school, right? Again we go to school, and this process continues, right? Now Krishna is not saying don't do anything else. Krishna is saying you do with your full capacity, but don't get attached to the results. Because if you're thinking I should be getting this, I should be getting this, I should be like this, then we are going to lament. And Krishna is saying, in the unavoidable discharge of your duty, it is unavoidable, we have to discharge our duty and we have to work. So Krishna is saying, when you're doing this, you should not lament. You should be very happy with whatever result you get, right? You should be only worried about one thing, that are you putting your efforts completely. एक स्टूडेंट के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है कि क्या वो पूरी मेहनत करके पढ़ रहा है कि नहीं, राइट? फॉर अ पर्सन हु इज गोइंग टू ऑफिस, इट इज इम्पॉर्टेंट कि वो अपना फुल एफर्ट लगा करके अपना 100% अपने जॉब को दे रहा है कि नहीं. For a bhakta, for a devotee, it is very important that the person is maintaining a balance between the spiritual life and the material life. So for a devotee, what happens? They have to do their chanting, they have to do their deity worship, they have to do their Tulsi Puja, they have to go to office, and they have to hear the lectures of Guru. Then they have to come back and they have to eat only prasadam, right? And when somebody is doing this, Krishna is very happy. And Krishna is very happy for the people who are working actually, right? Even Prabhupada, the founder Acharya, I'll show you his picture. So we must know who is Prabhupada, very, very important. So Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, he said, Krishna is very happy from, with the Grahastha devotees than sannyasi devotees. You know why? Because the sannyasi devotees, they give up one side and they are, fully focused on something, which is a very, very difficult task to do, right? But here the Prabhupada is mentioning that Krishna is very happy with the Grahastha also. Why? Because Grahastha devotee, he is remembering Krishna in chaos. You see here, there was a chaos. There was fight going on, and Arjuna is taking shelter of Krishna. He says, my dear Lord Krishna, please explain it to me. I want to know more. I want to know what is right, what is wrong. I want to know, no, I want to discharge my duties. In the same manner, when we go to office, we have so many challenges, right? But a devotee is always very peaceful. Why? Because he has understood the real identity, and he has understood that, Krishna is always standing next to the devotee. So why to fear when Krishna is there? I was giving a class, I think last Monday, no fear when Krishna is there. So probably I think I will share the link. You can hear that as well. So the person doesn't have any fears, right? No fear. So when there is no fear, the person can never lament. The person can never be unhappy, right? And that is what this beautiful process of Krishna consciousness brings to us. So let us proceed. We are talking about two dharmas in the today's class. One is called Swadharma, which is explained in shloka number 31 to 38. And the next one is called Nitya Dharma, which is explained in 39 to 53. If I'm going fast, please stop me. Okay. So Swadharma is duty towards the body, right? Parents, children, household, blah, 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 taking care of family and job. So we all are doing this. That is called Swadharma. There's something called Nitya Dharma, which always we should do. And that is called duty towards the soul. Remember, I explained this. This is the, let me show you that picture again. Now, there is a duty for the soul and there is a duty for the gross body. So we are very, very carefully doing all the duties, Swadharma, for the body. But I think somewhere people forget to do the duty towards the soul, which is called Nitya Dharma. Because we are soul, we are always in different bodies, and that is Nitya. So that is called Nitya Dharma. So how the soul will get energy? The soul will get energy when we are chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, when we are fasting on Ekadashi, when we are going to Dham Yatras, when we are feeding Vaishnavas, when we are caring for the devotees, then the soul is very, very happy. When we are going to the temple and having darshan of the Lord, then the soul is very happy, right? And that is why we feel happiness. When you go to the temple and when you see the deity, you become happy. Why? because that is the nourishment for the soul, right? So we need to maintain a balance. Chanting Krishna's name, reading Bhagavad Gita, that is called Sanatan Dharma. So this is a very nice story. Do you know this story? Anybody knows this story? There is a woman, there is a cage, there is a parrot.
No, Guruji.
No? Okay. I will tell the story. So there was a girl who goes to the market and brings a nice cage, golden cage, and the cage has got some birds, right? So what she does, she every day she comes and she nicely cleans the cage every day, cleans the cage every day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, but forgets to feed the bird. So after 1 week, what happens? The birds become very weak, right? Very dry, very unhappy, sad, and the cage is shining nicely. And then later on, what happens? The next week, the birds die and the cage is shining. So here the cage is representing the body and the bird is representing the soul inside. So we are always, everybody is busy taking care of the cage, swadharma, right? Body, family needs. But they forget they have to take care of themselves also. How do they take care of themselves? They take care of themselves by following Nitya Dharma, which is duty towards the soul, right? So that is how they take care of the birds. So if she is only taking care of the birds, not taking care of the cage, then also it is not good because the cage will be very dirty and it will lead to some diseases and things like that. So we need to maintain a balance, take care of the body and take care of the soul also. So this slide is very important. I think you all can take the screenshot of this. Duty towards the body and duty towards the soul. And you have to see from tomorrow that, how much you are nourishing your soul and how much you are taking care of the body. See, all the advertisements which are there on the television, they only talk about the body, correct? Is there any advertisement which talks about, I will tell you how to take care of the soul, how you can become happy internally? No, there are advertisement for toothbrush, there is advertisement for toothpaste, there is advertisement for hair oil, there is advertisement for the fairness cream, there are advertisement about nutritious health drink, there are advertisement about green tea, there are advertisement about moisturizers. I'm just thinking. So there are so many advertisements, but unfortunately there is not even a single advertisement which talks about the spirit soul, the taking care of yourself. And that is why people are very